Hey, hey, hey. We are back again for a new biz talk about the 11 forgotten laws of Bob Proctor. And this time it's about the law of receiving. So, who doesn't want to receive a little bit more money, to have a beautiful house, to have a beautiful car, to have 2 times a vacation of 6 months per year? So, what is all possible with the law of receiving? Yes, so but what is the problem? We need to give first, and that's what we are going to talk about today. Yes, so a little bit about myself. I was for years in corporate business world. I worked a lot of hours, and eventually I ended up in a burnout, in a divorce, and also lost my job. So I had to change direction. So, and I decided to become a hypno-regression therapist and life coach. So that's what I'm still doing, but I ended up finally in the network marketing industry with amazing health products. Yes, but it's not about the network marketing industry. This is about the mindset, the law of receiving. It's a spiritual process. So, and yeah, when you understand it, you are open to receive more. Okay, let's go to that presentation. Okay, that's from Bob Proctor. So, from the Bible, the Old Testament, as you give, if I will not open the windows of heaven and pour upon you such a blessing, you cannot even contain it. And that's what we have from the Old Testament. Yes, so that's really important. So, because it already says, when you give, you get a tenfold, hundredfold, thousandfold, you get it back. Just because you give, but you should give from your heart. So, and that's also in the Old Testament. Yes, so let me see. I have beautiful text from Florence Scovel Shinn. So, man can only receive what he sees himself receiving. So, that's that's behind the scope of many people. Yes, so because you should see yourself receiving, so that's also a spiritual law. And Florence Scovel Shinn is an amazing spiritual teacher. So, and yeah, I always integrate what she says with what Bob Proctor says. And this is also a beautiful one of Florence Scovel Shinn. So, giving opens the way for receiving. In order to create activity in finances, one should give. Yes, that's also what Florence Scovel Shinn says, and that's aligned with what we are saying here, what Bob Proctor is saying. And what is the second point? In our state of limited understanding, and that's what 90%, 95% of world's population is having, a limited understanding of the law, we reason that we must get before we give. So we are told by the educational system, by our parents, by our culture, that we first should get before we can give. But it's the other way around. Yes, and that's very difficult to teach yourself to give first from the heart and be able to receive, because the receiving is automatic part of the giving. Yeah, so but we are told to do it in a different way. We should receive before we can give, and that's not how the law works. Yes, so this is a big transition, and not many people will understand it. You have to study this law because it's not an easy process, because we are pre-programmed to think in getting first. Okay, and what's a beautiful point is point 3: man's extremities is God's opportunity. And what do we mean with that? When we finally hit our back to the wall and ended our own personal resources, uh, then we are open to receive. Yeah, so there's nothing left anymore. We are about to losing our house, our car, our job, everything. We and I was already there, because I told you in the beginning I was in corporate business world, and I ended up in a divorce. I lost my job, and yeah, I lost everything. Yes, so, and that's why I became a hypnoregression therapist and life coach. So I decided to work on myself. Yes. Okay, so and that's how the world, how this law works. So so when you are with your back at the wall and you are about to losing everything, then you are open to receive, and that has to do with faith. Yes. So when you lost almost everything, you are desperate, you don't know what to do anymore, then you are talking about faith. You only can leave it up to the cosmos, up to the universe, up to God, what is next step. Okay, and this is also a beautiful point. We should willingly give and graciously receive. So, uh, Bob Proctor says if a person is looking for an opportunity, opportunity is locked up in the giving. So, also you should first give something to receive. So, certainly in the network marketing industry where I'm in, so you should first give your service to other people. Yes. So I'm in the health industry. So we give service to other people by helping them heal in a natural way. Yes. So that's also giving. So you first should give before you can receive. In the network marketing industry, it's actually it's exactly the law of receiving, because you need to give a lot first before you can receive. But as soon as the receiving starts, it's an abundance of receiving. Yes. So and that's the network marketing industry. The network marketing industry corresponds directly with this law, the law of receiving. Yes, because you have to give a lot in the beginning to be able to receive a lot in the end, and that's after 5 or 7 years most of the time. Okay. So opportunity, there are a lot of opportunities. Yes. So but when you are looking for an opportunity, the opportunity is locked up in the giving. It starts with giving. uh, and also another point, so and that's about money. Money is not always positive in the mind of people. So men may do some terrible deeds to obtain money. Yeah, so we know that there are people that are very rich and they do everything to get more and more and more money, and they don't respect the human rights. They don't they want everything for themselves. Yes, they are greedy. Yes, and greedy is not good. But what is the message about this? So not money loses the value, but the person that is greedy is losing its value. So that's the message about this. So it's not the money that's evil, it's the person that uses the money that's evil. It's like the sun. The sun shines on bad people, and it also shines on good people. Yes, everyone receives sunlight. Yes, that's the same. Okay, and the sixth point, when we give to a person that doesn't put forth, that's also very important, this one, the effort to help himself, we are retarding the progress, yes, and are wasting. So when we give to an addicted person, we give money so he can buy drugs again, and he does it again and again and again. So we don't learn from that process because we are giving to someone that is not able to help himself. So and then we are wasting, we are retarding the progress, even our own progress. So it will not take very long that we experience a loss of money and we get in financial problems ourselves. Yes, because we don't respect this law. Yes, let me see if I have a few other beautiful things from the that's from Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill. So this is how it works. So when money starts coming, it will come so fast and furious that you're going to wonder where it's been hiding through all those lean years. But you first have to give. Yes, you have to give your service, your undivided attention to the people you love, and that's all about giving. It's not always about money, the giving, the process of giving. And this is the point. Everyone has something to give. Yes. Even if you're poor, you have something to give. Yes. So you can give your time, your energy, your loyalty, your knowledge, because some people that are poor have a lot of knowledge and they can give that knowledge. Yes. So, and when you are fortunate, you can give money to other people for a certain good cause, for charity, for whatever you want. Yes, that's also important. And money represents the law of services. Yes, its value is the estimation of worth placed upon by the mind of man. So it's all here. So money has a certain value. You cannot expect to get a Volkswagen with the quality of a Mercedes Benz. Yeah, so that's impossible. Yeah, so the money has a certain value, but the value is imposed upon the money by the mind of man. So it's important that you realize that everything has a value. When you have expensive products, there's a reason why they are expensive. When you have an artist and you pay a lot of money for a ticket to see that artist performing, there's a reason why that ticket has a higher value. Yes, there's a reason for it. So everything is about service. Yes. And yeah, that's the message from this law, the law of receiving. It's an amazing law, and you can only have the benefits of this law when you start with giving. Yes. So even in the supermarket, so you can give the boy that takes care of your groceries, you can give him some money. Yes. So because he is giving a service. Yes. I most of the times give the money to the boy, but I carry my bags myself to the car. Yes, that's what I do. So I give a little bit extra back. Yes, so they can collect more money at the same time. Okay, so this was the end of the law of receiving. It's not an easy law because we are educated and pre-programmed to first receive before we can give, but it's the other way around. Yes, you should give before you can receive, and the receiving part is much more than the giving part. Yeah, so when you give, you can expect 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times back, because that's how the law works. It's an abundant law. Okay, I hope to see you next time. The next Biz Talk is also where we are going to cover another law, but this law of receiving, you can find it also on YouTube. When you watch YouTube, the laws of Bob Proctor, the 11 forgotten laws, you can find it there. But yeah, every law, this is just a summary, and the law is more complicated. You can read it, or you can watch the videos of Bob Proctor, 11 Forgotten Laws, and then you will see that there is a huge message behind this, and it needs some time. You need to work on this law to have the positive returns. Okay, see you next time. Have a nice day.